It's the Ball Boys. We are back. Dave is here. I'm Ed.
Ed's
Dad,
here. I'm Dave.
Dad,
We're
how you
back.
doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. It's been a little while. It's been a couple weeks since we had a chat. I've been a little under the weather lately, but we were back. But in that time, from our last show,
Hmm.
you got a chance to go to the Lakers Raptors game at Scotiabank Arena,
Hmm.
as is your tradition every year.
Hmm.
So why don't we start there? How was that game? The Raptors ended up losing that game thanks to a last second three by Rui Hachimura in the corner. It's funny, man. Like there's something about whenever the Lakers come to town, it's always a crazy weird game.
It is. It's always a crazy. I mean, you remember that game when was Shaq on the team? Yeah,
Yeah,
Shaq. It was
well,
Shaq.
there's
It
been
was
a couple.
It was Kobe. It was Kobe's shot, right? That
Well, there was a couple.
like it was just insane. The Lakers should have never won that
There
game
was a
back
Kobe
in the.
shot during the Gasol years
Yes.
that like Kobe hit a game winner that was crazy. But then there was also a crazy game like long ago where we had really good seats. That was like the Shaq and Peyton and Malone team
Yeah. Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the Raps had a chance to win that one and Vince got fouled on the last possession and
Yeah.
there was no call. They lost that game.
Yeah.
But even like more recently, there was a crazy Russell Westbrook game winner a couple years ago when he was on the Lakers. It's just every time the Raptors and the Lakers play, something strange happens, and this was
I
no
know.
different. It was a great
No.
game, though.
It was a great game, back and forth. Actually, the Lakers, the Raptors deserved to win the game. I thought they were the better team throughout the evening. They actually had a lead late in the game. The Lakers somehow managed to tie it, and then that crazy three. I mean,
No Luca,
um,
though. No Luca
no
Doncic. So
Luca, no
really, the
Luca.
Raptors should have won that game, but
No, they should have won the game. I mean, I was there. They were the better team that
well, I
night.
know, but I mean, just mean like the Lakers didn't have their best player.
No,
But yeah, the Raptors have been struggling mightily
yeah,
over the last couple of weeks. And RJ Barrett's being hurt, or excuse me, RJ Barrett being hurt
that's really hurt
definitely
them.
hurt them. You can
Yeah,
see it offensively because
yeah.
they're way too predictable now, and teams are just triple teaming Ingram,
Hmm.
and they don't have enough scoring down the stretch. But
And the
um,
spacing's off. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, no, they miss RJ's dynamic ability to attack the basket and score
yeah, yeah.
at a high level. So anyway, but we're not going to do a Raps talk today.
No, but
Um,
back to the Lakers. Okay,
yeah,
so it was interesting. Like, I thought watching the game that live, like it's different seeing it live, Eddie, because you can see things, right? Like there was one play in particular where it was late in the game. I think it was in the fourth quarter, and the Raptors scored, and were there was some weird thing where they came down, the possession changed, and the Raptors ran back down the court. Right, the Lakers were coming towards the Raptors, and LeBron thought it was a timeout and walked right off the court. He just walked right over to his bench, and the play was still continuing. And like he just turned his back on the play and walked right to the bench, and he's actually off the court. And I'm looking at my friend who was sitting with me watching the game. I'm going, "What's he doing? The play's still on. The Raptors are running towards the Lakers basket, and LeBron is walking towards the Lakers bench." I'm like, "Oh my god, he is so out of it!" Like,
so
and
let's talk
that
about
was just
that. How was because obviously no Luca, disappointing. He missed the game for the birth of his child, so you knew that he wasn't going to play,
right.
but
Yeah.
still disappointing nonetheless. But how was it seeing LeBron for what could have been the last time?
Hey man, like he had no points in the first half, zero, and then he had 8 points at the end of the game. Like he scored 8 points, and they were lucky that where he got eight. Like he looked out of whack. Like he just his shots weren't dropping. He was whining to the refs. He just looked lost. He had so many turnovers.
Well,
It was
he always
ridiculous.
whines to the refs. I mean,
Yeah, but he just looked out of sorts.
well, he's
And I mean,
old, Dad. He's an old man.
he's old and he hasn't played in a bit because of his
Right.
sciatica.
He's an
But
old
I mean
man, and you
and
know it's
he looked really shitty. And I thought, I said to my friend, this is going to be the last time Toronto sees him live because he's not going to be
is he
either
retire at the end of this year?
two things. He's not gonna be on the Lakers. I can guarantee you that. And he's either going to be retired or he's going to move to a chance to win another ring with a contender. Um,
What's wrong with the contender he's on now?
well, I know there's nothing wrong with it. The Lakers are actually playing great
They're
basketball. I mean,
17-6, Dad.
I know, and
And
they're looking great. And it's two guys really. It's Luca and it's Reeves.
yeah,
Like,
it's Luca Reeves are they have 230 like both they have two guys averaging 30 points a game.
yeah, I know.
Like they're the best scoring duo in the history of the league. I mean,
It's
honestly,
crazy.
it's
Yeah, no, it's
insane.
crazy.
And Reeves has become a legitimate all-star level player.
Yep. Yeah.
And Luca's playing his best basketball in years.
Yep.
And he's looks healthier and in shape, and he's
He
just
looks amazing, Eddie.
I
He looks
know,
amazing.
I know.
And you know what? Aiden's been okay. Like
He's
he's been
been
serviceable.
yeah,
He's not a great center in any sense of the word, but
no.
he'll give you a couple of minutes. He'll give you 10 points, 14 points, and a couple of
Yeah.
rebounds, a couple of
Yeah,
blocks.
exactly. That's all they needed. That's
Yeah.
all they needed because last year they had nobody to play
Nobody.
center. And for we talked about this all off season like, multiple times and then leading into the season like to get Aiton on a veteran's minimum because he was
Yeah.
basically just cast aside by Portland, you
Yeah.
know, it's like he they really don't need much out of him in order for that to be a good return. And
Hmm.
they've gotten what they need out of him, you know,
Yeah.
and then they just have this sort of weird hodgepodge of role
Backups.
guys,
Yeah.
right? Like Rui and Gabe Vincent, who's playing
Gabe
well.
Vincent's playing. I was gonna say Gabe Vincent's hitting his shots.
Yeah,
Like
Gabe
what?
Vincent, Marcus Smart can still come in and mix it up a little bit here and
Yeah.
there, and
When he's healthy.
when he's healthy, Vanderbilt when he's healthy,
Yeah.
Dalton Connect is
Yeah,
inconsistent.
Dalton Connect is not in the rotation at
I
all.
know, inconsistent player, but there's something there, and um,
It's weird with Connect because they drafted him. He went high in the draft,
I know.
and they wanted him. And then for some reason, they decided they wanted to trade him in the offseason last year, and the trade
Well, they
didn't go
needed a
through.
center, Dad.
Yeah, they needed a center,
That was the infamous Mark Williams
Mark
trade, no
Williams,
trade.
no trade. Yeah, trade, no trade. And then, but that's affected them. Like that's
Yeah,
affected the relationship. And
well,
so,
whatever. Dalton Connect aside, they managed to patch it together here.
yeah,
And when you look at the landscape of the West, I wanted to talk to you about this. Like they're 17-6. They're tied for the 2 seed.
yeah.
Now, the West is, OKC is up here and everybody else is 10
Oh
feet
my God,
below.
23-1, Eddie. I mean,
I
that's
know.
historic.
I know. Like they might win 75 games.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Which would
crazy.
be unbelievable.
But
Yeah.
are the Lakers the best threat right now to OKC? I mean,
Oh, geez. I mean, hey, listen, Denver's still Denver, and Jokic still Jokic. They're a better team than the Lakers, I think.
yeah, but the
As much as
injuries have started to pile up with the Nuggets a little bit here.
that's true. I mean, is Murray hurt? I think no. He's
No,
still.
Murray's not hurt, but
Gee.
um,
Sound the alarm bells. Ding, ding, ding. I mean,
I,
he's always hurt.
well, yeah, I mean, but no, but I mean Christian Brown,
Bronze. Yeah, Brown's
Brown.
in.
It's always
Yeah, Brown.
you always mispronounce it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Christian
Christian
Brown's.
Brown's been hurt for a while.
Yeah.
Strother's out. Aaron Gordon's got his hamstring thing again. The
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon thing is a concern because they're not going to beat OKC if they don't have Aaron Gordon healthy, and he had a
Yeah.
bum hamstring last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So this is something that they're going to want to like really make sure that he's good to go. But
Yeah.
anyway, Houston's 14-6. They're
Yeah.
a really good team, and they're a weird team with all their size, but I think the Lakers might be the second best team in the West.
You may be right. I still think they're the third best, but
You still would pick Denver?
I would still would pick Denver, but even that, but no, but hey, listen, they're playing great, and anytime the Lakers are playing great, it's great for me, it's great for the league. I mean, I
It's
was at the
great for
game.
me.
It is. It's like it's like when I went to the Lakers Raps game, it's a win-win for me. Like if the Lakers lose, hey, the Raptors still win, and vice versa. And so I was obviously hoping for the Lakers, but hey, it's great. They're playing great ball, man.
Yeah, they are.
Um,
The
and
West is
I'm really
loaded
happy
though,
about it.
man. It really is loaded right now, and I mean, you got you got the Spurs who are 16 and
Yep.
7, and Wemby hasn't played for most of the season.
I
They
was gonna
still
say
just
that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, but
Like
they
they're,
still just keep winning, man.
I know.
And I mean, Fox is back now. Harper's starting to figure out. Harper had 22 points last night against New Orleans off the bench.
Hmm.
Like Castle, Devin Vassell, they just got a bunch of dogs on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
team, and
I know.
like they can win even without Wembanyama. So they scare me, man. And then Minnesota's Minnesota, like they need a point guard,
Yeah, they
but
do.
Anthony Edwards is just incredible.
I'm surprised a little bit by Phoenix. They're 14. They're on the cusp, on the bubble.
Yeah, your
14 and
Suns.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
they're playing great.
there's more bad teams than I thought there would be. Like
Yeah,
pretty much after Golden State at 8, like
the, the, the,
there's some
the
tough records here.
yeah,
But man, the Clippers, I can't get
Memphis.
over that one. 6 and 18.
6 and 18. They are screwed.
Well, not only are they screwed, but I like we're heading into OKC's gonna get a top 5 pick this year.
Yeah, yeah,
Seriously.
yeah. I know.
And it's kind of funny because the Clippers are so bad and such a horrible franchise, but the thought that OKC has their pick this year and they have what do they have right now? I'll look up the overall standings. Give me a quick second here.
Well, they're 23 and one.
They have the third worst record in the league right now.
Oh, the who
The the
the Clippers.
Clippers.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
OKC has their pick.
Yeah, I know.
Unprotected, Dad.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And the Clippers have a top like they have the third worst record in the league. It's not funny. Like it could be a situation where OKC wins 2 titles in a row and then gets the number 1 pick of the
One
draft,
pick. Yeah,
which
yeah.
is like kind of unfair to the rest of the league.
Kind of,
Like,
but also it shows how smart Sam Presti is.
does it or does it show how stupid Steve Ballmer is?
Yeah, it's both, I
Um,
think.
God, man,
Yeah, it's a mess.
the whole league is ruined. The Clippers ruined the whole league.
Not to mention the whole Kawhi scandal, which is still ongoing.
Whatever. I don't even care about that. They're 6 and 18.
Yeah, they suck.
It's just ridiculous. But no,
Makes
I
me
mean,
happy.
yeah, well, yeah, in that sense. But I mean, if like I said, that if the Clippers get the number 1 pick, the league is screwed. Or sorry,
Hmm.
if yeah, what if the Clippers do and they have to give it to OKC?
Yeah.
I mean, my God. Um,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
you can only stash so many number one picks on that team, and then eventually you're gonna run out of guys, and you're gonna have to give some of them away. So,
Well, yeah, but I mean, to get like if they draft like let's say the kid from Kansas or like any of the top 3 guys,
hmm,
like then you get him on a rookie contract.
yeah, I know.
It's just not fair.
No,
But OKC's the best team in the world. They're gonna win. They're gonna win the title. I don't see anybody in the East beating them. The only
nope.
team I think could beat them is the Nuggets. You're right. But I mean, I picked Luca to win MVP before the season.
Hmm.
I also flexed on this a little bit. I picked the Lakers to be the 2 seed, which
Wow.
they are currently, as we speak, the 2 seed.
Yeah,
Um,
that's yeah.
seemed a little high when I did it, but my thought process was I think Luka's gonna have a great season. I think he's my favorite to win the MVP.
Hmm.
And if I think that, the pathway for him winning MVP is that the Lakers are really good.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
people forget, man, this is a guy that took a pretty mediocre Dallas team to the
Yeah.
finals
Yeah.
2 seasons ago. Like he's that good. And that's why going into the year when everyone was kind of like lukewarm on the Lakers, it was like, okay, well, I mean, like they have Luka Doncic
Hmm.
and he's one of the 3 best players in the league. And
He
he
is.
showed it, man. He
Yep.
showed it.
And
Um,
speaking of the best players in the league, let's talk about one in the Eastern Conference that is very interesting to me. Giannis
you
came
want to
out
you want to
this
do
week.
Giannis now? Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's hold because there's another team that I want to talk about in the East first, and then we can talk about Giannis.
Okay.
Um, because you wanted to talk about the Celtics who have been really hot lately.
Yeah.
They won 5 in a row. They just beat Toronto the other day.
Yeah.
Kicked their ass.
All without Tatum.
Yeah.
So how are they doing it, Ed? I'll tell you.
Well,
They're doing it through Jalen Brown, who's just playing awesome basketball. He's doing everything that Tatum used to do. Boston, they are pure shooters. Like they hit everything. Their efficiency is rate is unbelievable. They're hitting not only they're hitting threes, but they're hitting everything. Like it's
Well,
crazy.
but it's that's the reason why they won the title in 2024, right? And I give Joe Mazzulla a ton of credit on this one because he's the guy that created this philosophy, and it's basically a numbers game. They're just
Yeah,
saying like we're going to shoot 43s a game, and the metrics pan out that like if we shoot 40%, we're just going to score more points than the other team because we're going to get 3 points and they're going to get two every possession.
right.
And they play hard on defense, but yeah, they just the 3 point shooting. Like watching that Raptors game the other day, it's infuriating. It's just like, oh my God, can somebody
Yeah,
fucking like why do you keep leaving these guys open? But at the same time, it's like they're just jacking up everything.
everything.
So, yeah, it's an
It's
interesting
nuts.
philosophy. Like I think, look, they're 15-9 right now. They've been
Yeah,
on a really hot streak the last little while. I think all these teams in the East are just bunched up together,
yeah.
and it's going to be a seesaw battle. Like I'm talking, like I think the Pistons and the Knicks are kind of up there with
Sep- yeah, they're
ahead of
separating
everybody.
themselves.
Cleveland is, I think, will be there in the end.
I
Be-
don't
Uh,
know, man.
they've
They're
been
they're
banged up. They've been so banged up. They've been
yeah, but
so banged up.
they're on the cusp of like
Yeah,
missing the
but I mean,
playoffs.
like they're 3 games out of second. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
still so early.
But I
And
think that's the difference at the end of the year. Like you said, all these teams that are bunched together, the
well,
difference is going to be health at the end of the year.
yeah, I agree. But I mean, I'm talking like Boston, Toronto, Orlando, Miami, Philly, Atlanta. And I guess if you want to throw Cleveland in there right now, you throw Cleveland. I think Cleveland ultimately is a notch above all those teams.
Hmm.
But like all those teams, like from basically 3 to 9, everybody's pretty even,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be like a dogfight for that all those spots, that
yeah,
3 to kind of 9 spot. So we'll see how it all pans out. But no, the Celtics, man, playing good ball, good for them.
yep.
Tatum hurt, and they're
I'm
you
really
know,
surprised by them because at the beginning of the year, knowing Tatum was out, I thought this team is not even going to make the playoffs.
but you're right,
And
it's the 3 point shooting.
yeah,
It's
it's
the 3 point shooting, and they play hard.
yeah,
Yeah. So
it's crazy. So yeah, they're a bit of a surprise. So yeah, let's get to Giannis.
you want to talk about your honest trades?
Yeah, and where do you think he's going to go? Because he's obviously not going to stay with the Bucks. So where does he go? Raptors?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not going to happen, Dad. That ship has sailed. Giannis wants to go to the Knicks. That's where he's going to go ultimately.
Interesting. So who do they
And
give up?
well, okay, well, like I think there's a couple teams that could and should, excuse me, trade for him. We'll start with the Knicks. I mean, I think you would have to give up OG and Cat and
Yep,
probably a pick package,
yep.
and then if you're the Bucks, you can turn around and flip those two guys for
Hmm.
more picks, and
Obviously if they trade Giannis, they're saying we're going to blow this up
yeah.
and burn it to the ground.
The
So
question is like what good does that trade do for Milwaukee if you know what I mean? You're getting
mhm.
Cat and OG like like I
Doesn't
said,
help
I
them
think that would be a situation where maybe where you turn around and you flip both those guys for
mhm.
more assets. Um,
I did hear a rumor of that the Lakers were interested in
the
him.
Lakers don't have anything to trade.
No.
They don't have anything to trade. Atlanta, I think, is an interesting one too
Mm.
because Atlanta's got all these tradable contracts. They got a ton of picks. They got
Hmm.
the Porzingis contract they can throw in there. They got some young pieces. Like I would say, like you can even throw Trey Young into a deal.
Hmm.
Um, they got this trade exception as well, so they can trade exemption, so they can make money work. I think Atlanta is an interesting one because like
Mm.
they have an interesting team with Jalen Johnson and all these young guys
Hmm.
flying around, and like I think Giannis would be an interesting fit in Atlanta. No,
Hmm. Yeah.
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 What about the Spurs?
I
If
was
you
gonna
could say,
say, like, if he goes to the Spurs, ooh man.
so what would it have to be from San Antonio then?
Well,
I mean,
probably Harper and somebody else. I don't
Harper
know
and
who.
Castle,
Kath. Yeah.
and then Harrison Barnes contract and a pick,
Yeah.
something like that.
Something like that.
Would it be a weird fit though with Wemby and Giannis? I mean,
Might be.
defensively, like that's where it would be. Um, it would be a tough matchup for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. It
Um,
would. Yeah. We'll
yeah.
see. I mean, he's definitely going to be on the move. I don't see him being a buck by the
So if
end of
you
the
if you
year.
could predict one place where he's going to end up, where would it be?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, um, what about Denver
Denver. Again, like they don't have anything
to
like
give him back? I know.
yeah.
I mean,
It's got to be a team with young talent and with enough picks to make it work.
Houston, maybe. I mean, they got Durant.
Yeah, I mean they
They got
kind of
their.
already
They
did their
got.
trade.
They did their trade to get a superstar.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, Golden State. No,
I
he
mean
doesn't want to go.
that would reek of desperation.
Yeah,
Goes Golden State. No, he wants to go to a place where he can win.
I think. Yeah, I think New York makes sense. Atlanta. I
That's
think,
been the
like you
rumor.
said.
It's
Yeah.
been like he wants to go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
And so the question becomes what would the Knicks be able to
And
or
if
what would
the Knicks get Giannis, I mean, that team is
well,
pretty
like I
much.
said, you'd have to give up Cat, I think, and OG.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even I mean, like the contracts, like it's tough to make
Yeah.
it work.
Well, be interesting. Speaking of the Knicks, let's transition just really quickly into the cup, the Emirates Cup that
Well,
is
I don't want to talk about it too much because by
happening.
the time this comes out, like we're not. This
True.
isn't. Yeah. So why don't we hold off on Cup talk because the games are tonight.
Yeah,
So
it'll be
like
interesting.
it will be, but I don't. Let's. I'm probably gonna cut this out because like I purposely steered us away from that discussion
All right.
because by the time this comes out, the
Yeah, the
quarterfinals are
games.
done.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
All right.
but yeah, going back, yeah. So let's not do that. We can come back and do an NBA
Sure.
talk, a cup talk. You know, when the finals roll around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'll pick it up on Giannis. Ready? Three, two,
Sure.
one. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like New York is in a situation where they're clearly a top two or three team in the East. I think
Mm-hmm.
ultimately they're a better team than Detroit.
I think so.
When it comes down to like a playoff series. But they have to be thinking like winning a title right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's time. It's time. They have all the talent. They've spent all the money that they need. This roster is it's playoff ready. They
Mm-hmm.
got the coach they want, Sleepy Mike. Um, I
Sleepy
mean,
Mike Brown. Are they? Yeah, but are they? Can they beat
we'll see.
Can they beat OKC?
Right.
No.
And see, this is the interesting thing because like, usually the discussion is like, hey, we have a chance to make the finals. And once you make it to the dance, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it with the Pacers last year, almost beating OKC. We saw it with the Raptors in 2019 when
Mm-hmm.
it was like, hey, we made the finals. And after they won the East, it was like, well, we got Golden State coming up, so we're probably going to lose that series, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, a couple injuries, some things break the Raptors' way, and they end up winning a title.
Mm-hmm.
But that discussion has kind of changed a little bit because you have this OKC team now that, like, it's one thing to be like, if you're the Pistons, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have a chance to make the finals, which they do.
Mm-hmm.
We have a chance to win the East, but that discussion, there's a whole next level of discussion of like, we actually have a chance to beat Oklahoma City
Mm-hmm.
because the Detroit Pistons are not going to beat Oklahoma City in a
No.
seven-game series.
No. And
So,
neither are the Knicks.
well, maybe. I
Maybe.
look, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. But my point is that's now it's not just about we're like the Knicks have to be thinking like we want to try to win a title, not
Yeah.
like we want to get to the finals and like it'll be a cool fun thing for our franchise. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're the fucking New York Knicks, you know? They have to be thinking a little bit differently. And that's why I think the Giannis thing makes sense because
Mm-hmm.
if they bring Giannis in, if they're able to like let's say it's OG and Cat and some picks, and you can roll out Brunson, Hart,
Hart,
Bridges, Giannis, and Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
I worry about the spacing a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, that's a talented team.
Oh boy.
So,
Yeah.
um, I like, do they have
They'd
enough
be.
three-point shooting, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the spacing and the whole thing? But, and the other thing too that's concerning is like, I mean, Giannis he's been pretty banged up, not
Yeah.
just this year, the last year as well, where he didn't play in the playoffs last year.
Right.
He had a bad back. And all last season he missed some time. And this year he's been out pretty much the whole season. He was hurt early in the year, came
Mm-hmm.
back. Now he's got this calf strain,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to be really careful with those calf strains.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see, man. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Be interesting.
It's going to be interesting to see. But like, I would be shocked. Like, if I were to put money on it, I would be shocked if he was a buck by February,
Yeah. Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
deadline.
Yeah. I think he's going to be traded
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. It's
Yeah.
we're officially in the swing of things with this NBA season, and it's there's a lot in flux right now in terms of
Mm-hmm.
the standings, in terms of player movement. So
Health, etc.
health, yeah, we'll see what happens. Any Chris Paul thoughts before we go?
Ooh. Hey, you know what? The thing that stands out to me was how badly the Clippers handled this situation. To text him and saying we don't want you to come back is like really low and tacky, and like the guy was an all-star for many years. He probably had his best years as a Clipper. Um,
Yeah.
and he gave a lot to the franchise. Now is he washed? Absolutely, he's
Well,
washed.
yeah, he's washed.
He's been washed for years, but it just and from what I heard, Ty Lue and him were at loggerheads all the time. There was some incident that happened, and he just fell out of the
Well, I
rotation.
just think
I don't know.
I just think they got like because Chris was just yapping
Yeah,
all day long, and
yeah,
like we need to fix
bitching
this,
about it.
we need to fix this, we need to fix this. Guys aren't doing this because he's a psycho,
Yeah,
and I think the coaching staff were just rubbed the wrong way, and they're like, listen, Chris, like you can get away with doing this when you were the guy, but
yeah,
like. Why don't you just shut the fuck up and like sit on the bench because like we don't need to deal with your bullshit too.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, but
Uh, where does he rank in terms of your all-time point guards?
well, I mean, he's never been one of my favorite players, Eddie. I mean,
He
at one
was
point,
early on in his career.
yeah, I mean, there was a chance. Well, the Lakers actually traded for him to get him from the Clippers, and
No, from the Hornets.
from the Hornets, and the trade was rescinded by was it
It was
Stern?
Stern.
Yeah, it was Stern who rescinded it, and I was really upset about it because I thought he could have helped the Lakers.
Yeah, but
So
you always blamed Chris Paul,
I
which is
know,
ridiculous because it had nothing to do with Chris Paul. It was David Stern that fucked the whole thing up.
I know, but I was still upset about the whole thing. That was at one point. So at one point, I really did like him. But
Yeah, when I mean, when he was on the Hornets in the early years, and then like when he was on those USA teams, like
yeah,
he was the best point guard in the league for
yeah,
a decade.
yeah, he was pretty good. I mean, he's never been one of my favorite players, personally. I mean, he just rubbed me the wrong way, like he rubs everybody the wrong way. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going
Uh,
all-time point guards,
like statistically, yeah, his numbers are up there with the all-time greats. But I just, it comes down to winning, and it also comes down to attitude
well,
and
I
I don't
would
know. I
I would
mean,
put him like if I were to do my all-time point guards, obviously Magic one. I would say probably Steph
Stock,
two.
Stockton three.
No,
Well,
no.
Stockton's up there. I mean, he's got more assists than anybody.
I would put Isaiah three.
Interesting.
I'd put Isaiah three,
Yeah, maybe
Stockton
four.
four, and then like there's a Kuzi argument like that's been a lot of people have been
Havlicek,
arguing about this. Yeah, I mean like well the Kuzi thing is like well like it depends on what your speed is, right? Like if he
right,
was the best player of his era.
right.
Right? So you can't just ignore that,
You
right?
can
It's
also
like
make an argument for, Oscar, right? Oscar Robertson,
Oscar Robertson, 100%. So like I would have Chris somewhere in the 5 to 10 range. Like definitely
Iverson.
behind I would go Magic 1, Curry 2, Isaiah 3, Stockton 4. Well, I'd say probably Oscar 4, Stockton 5.
Hmm.
And then the next five, in no order, I would go Kuzi, Chris Paul, and then like you start getting into like the Nash, Jason Kidd. Like
Right.
I would put Chris, even though Nash won back-to-back MVPs, I would put Chris like a half notch above Kidd and Nash,
Yeah. Yeah.
and a half notch below like Stockton
Yeah.
and Gary Payton somewhere in there.
Mm,
I would say he's in the lower, like just underneath Nash and Kidd.
yeah.
But Chris is somewhere in that 5 to 10 range.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Like statistically, however you want to measure it, right? Like, um, so yeah, sucks how it
Hmm.
ended. Never won a title. Had a
Yeah.
couple chances. Probably should have won. The one that the one that really they fucked up was it was that Clippers team. It was the 2015 team that lost to OKC and probably could have and should have won a title that year. And then the Houston thing in 2018
Hmm.
when the Rockets were the best team in the league that year. They should have beaten the Warriors in the Western Final, and they missed like 47 threes in a row in Game 7, and Golden State stole the series and ended up winning another title.
Hmm.
Those are probably the two where he came the closest to winning it, but
Hmm.
sometimes it doesn't happen, man. Great, like
Yeah.
Barkley, you
Yeah.
know, Malone, Stockton,
Malone.
like
Yeah.
there's great players that just never win a title for
Nope.
a variety of reasons. So anyway, Chris Paul,
Yep.
you know, fading off into the sunset. So
Yep.
as we should as well, Dad, on
Yep.
this episode of the Ball Boys. So I will see you next
Absolutely.
time.
Yep.
Enjoy the NBA Cup. We'll talk about the results next time. Sound good?
All right. Yeah. Sounds great.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
See ya.